Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are looking at some of the most common reasons why your car jerks while accelerating, and more importantly, how to fix each of them. Whether you're a DIY car lover or you prefer to head to a mechanic, knowing what's going on with your vehicle can save you a lot of time, money and frustration, and even prevent accidents. Unforeseen, you know. So let's break it down. We are looking at 13 reasons why your car might jerk while accelerating. 1. Dirty fuel injectors. Alright, let's start with one of the most common of them all, dirty fuel injectors. So, you're cruising along the highway, and all of a sudden, when you try to accelerate, your car stutters and jerks. 70% of the time, it's because your fuel injectors are getting clogged and then can't deliver the right amount of fuel to the engine. Fuel injectors are responsible for delivering fuel into the engine, and it has to be the right amount and also at the right moment. If there's any variance, your car jerks, which is why dirt or clog causes inconsistent fuel delivery to the engine, leading to poor engine performance and jerking while you accelerate. Now, how do you fix this? You can clean your fuel injectors yourself with a fuel injector cleaner, or if they're too clogged, you'll need to replace them. It's not a huge job, but it requires a little bit of knowledge to tackle it effectively. 2. Dirty air filters. Another sneaky cause of jerking is a dirty air filter. Your engine needs air to run smoothly, and the air filter helps keep debris out. Over time, air filters can become clogged with dirt, dust, and other particles, and that limits airflow to the engine. The result? Your car jerks when you accelerate, as your engine is starved for oxygen. How to fix it? Replacing the air filter is an easy fix, and it's something you can do yourself. Make sure to check the condition of your air filter every 12,000 miles or so. And don't forget to replace it if it looks too dirty or clogged. Clogged catalytic converter. A clogged catalytic converter is one of those issues that not only causes jerking while accelerating, but can also lead to major performance problems or issues. If you follow our channel, you know we've made a lot of videos on the importance of catalytic converters, and I will link them in the description box below. So, the catalytic converter is responsible for filtering out harmful gases from your exhaust. But over time, it can become clogged with debris or carbon buildup, restricting the flow of exhaust gases, thereby causing the engine to misfire, rough idle, and lose power. Just to name but a few. How to fix it? When a catalytic converter is clogged, you will need to clean it with a catalytic converter cleaner, fuel additive cleaner, or spray cleaner. But in most cases, if cleaning did not work, then the converter needs to be replaced. Worn-out spark plugs. If you're experiencing jerking, your spark plugs could be on their last legs. The spark plugs is responsible for igniting the fuel-air mixture in your engine. As they wear out, they can cause misfires and hesitation when accelerating. Imagine trying to drive with one foot on the brake. It's just not going to run smoothly. How to fix it? Replacing spark plugs is relatively inexpensive and easy. Normally, you should replace spark plugs about every 30,000 miles, but if you're noticing jerking, it might be time to swap them out earlier. Faulty throttle position sensor. Next up, the throttle position sensor. This sensor monitors the position of the throttle valve, telling the engine control unit how much air to mix with the fuel. If the throttle position sensor malfunctions, it can cause delayed acceleration or jerking as the engine struggles to get the right mix. How to fix it? Replacing the throttle position sensor is usually straightforward, though it can require a bit of expertise. A mechanic can do this if you're not familiar with the process. Whenever you notice a sharp jerk while driving, followed by the smell of gasoline, what's happening? You might have damaged gas lines. Cracked or damaged fuel lines can cause fuel flow problems, leading to jerking, stuttering, or hesitation when you accelerate. How to fix it? And inspect your gas lines for any visible cracks or leaks. If you find any, they'll need to be replaced. This can be a more complex fix, so it might be best left to a professional. A faulty mass airflow (MMF) sensor can cause jerking by sending incorrect data to the engine control unit. The MAF sensor tells your car how much air is entering the engine, and if it's not working right, the air-fuel mixture can go out of whack. Now, to be very sure, this is the cause of the jerking. You also want to look out for these other symptoms, such as poor fuel efficiency, rough idling, and noticeably poor engine performance. All these together confirm it's mass airflow (MAF) sensor issue. How to fix it? You can try cleaning the MAF sensor with an engine cleaner, or if it's too clogged or damaged, you may need to replace it. It's a relatively simple fix that can save you a lot of frustration. I will link our other video on how to clean and replace the mass airflow MAF sensor. A low or dirty transmission fluid is another major cause of jerking, especially in automatic transmissions. If your fluid levels are low or the fluid is too dirty, your car may jerk or hesitate during acceleration as the transmission struggles to shift smoothly. How to fix it? Check your transmission fluid levels and look for signs of contamination. If the fluid is low or dirty, a simple change might be all you need. If the problem persists, you may need a transmission flush. For manual transmission drivers, a slipping clutch could be the cause of the jerking. Over time, the clutch disc can wear out, making it harder to transfer power from the engine to the wheels. This results in jerking, especially when accelerating. How to fix it? If your clutch is slipping, you'll need to have it replaced. This is a job best left to professionals, as it involves disassembling parts of the transmission. A vacuum leak happens when air enters the engine without being properly controlled. This disrupts the air-fuel mixture and can cause the engine to run rough, resulting in jerking when you try to accelerate. How to fix it? You'll need to inspect the hoses and gaskets for any cracks or damage. If you find a leak, replace the damaged part to restore smooth acceleration. Bad timing belt or chain. The timing belt or chain is responsible for keeping your engine's camshaft and crankshaft in sync. If it wears out or breaks, your engine's timing will be off and your car will jerk, sputter, or even stall. How to fix it? Replacing the timing belt or chain is an involved process, but it's necessary to keep your engine running smoothly. If you're near the recommended replacement mileage, usually 60,000 to 100,000 miles, please get it replaced before it's too late. We have a video on how to replace the timing belt. It will be linked below. Faulty engine control unit, ECU. This computer controls various functions in your engine, and if it malfunctions, it can cause a variety of problems, including jerking while accelerating. A bad ECU can misinterpret sensor data, causing your car to struggle when you try to pick up speed. How to fix it? If your ECU is the problem, it may need to be reprogrammed or replaced. This fix can be costly, so it's important to make sure the ECU is the issue before jumping to conclusions. Clogged fuel filter. The last but not least reason for a car to jerk when accelerating is a clogged fuel filter, which can disrupt the flow of fuel to your engine, causing jerking when you accelerate. Over time, dirt and debris from the fuel tank can clog the filter, and this restricts fuel flow to the engine, causing it to hesitate or jerk. There you have it, the 13 most common reasons why your car jerks while accelerating and how to fix each one. Now, if you like this video and you're looking to protect your car and avoid costly mistakes, you should definitely check out our other video here, the 19 things you should never do in an automatic car. We cover common habits that can actually damage your car and how to drive smarter to keep your vehicle in top shape. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more useful car maintenance tips and tricks, and I will see you in our next video. Bye.